Breaking news. Welcome to today's headlines. What will happen to Buhari if he fails to release Nnamdi Kanus? What will happen to Buhari if he fails to release Nnamdi Kanus? To my dear listeners, from wherever you're listening from, please stay tuned as I read today's news. Bruce Fein, the International Council for the Incarcerated Leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra IPOB, has urged federal government to release Nnamdi Kanus. This was mentioned by Fein in an open letter dated January 6 and addressed to President Muhammadu Buhari. According to Fein, even though the United Nations urged the Nigerian government to free the leader of the IPOB, Nnamdi Kanus, President Muhammadu Buhari refused to cooperate. The international lawyer pleaded with President Buhari to free Kanus and release him in accordance with the recommendation of the United Nations. Fein proposed to President Buhari that he either immediately free Kanus without any further delay or get ready for the imminent sanctions from the United Nations as well as the judgment of God. Fein's statement reads in part, "If you fear God, you should release Nnamdi Kanus from his protracted illegal detention forthwith. If you do not, you should tremble for your faith by remembering that God is just and that his justice will not sleep forever." Nearly 6 months ago, on July 20, 2022, the United Nations Human Rights Council Working Group on Arbitrary Detention issued opinion number 25/2022. It unanimously concluded that your government is illegally detaining Nnamdi Kanus in violation of 16 Just Cogent's international law prescriptions, i.e., they are binding on every nation as universal principles of justice, paragraph 105. The working group requested a timely update of your government compliance with its decree, which has been scorned. Nothing has been done to comply with the working group's urgent call for Mr. Kanus' immediate unconditional release. Your administration has stooped to genocide and crimes against humanity in destroying, traumatizing, and terrorizing the lives of 70 million Biafrans for exercising their unalienable right to seek, by non-violent means, self-determination, i.e., government by the consent of the governed. That cherished right was extinguished by the British more than a century ago. Nigeria has refused to redress Great Britain's racist injustice for more than 60 years since independence. One insincere attempt in 1966 was stillborn and provoked the genocidal Biafran Civil War. The American Declaration of Independence proclaims universal norms of justice that continue to thunder like a hammer on an anvil throughout the world. Governments are formed to secure life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And that when a government becomes destructive of those ends, it is the right and duty of the people to alter, to abolish it. By those universal standards, Biafrans have for decades possessed a right to a free, fair, and peaceful independence referendum, as was provided South Sudan in 2011 and Eritrea in 1993. It speaks volumes that no Fulani has ever been prosecuted for murdering, a Biafran in more than 62 years. Pay heed to Amos 5 verse 24 risk, the wrath of God, the ostracism of civilized peoples, and crippling sanctions from the United Nations Security Council. Let justice roll down like waters and righteousness like an ever-flowing stream. Bruce Fein, the international counsel for the incarcerated leader of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, has urged federal government to release Nnamdi Kanus. This was mentioned by Fein in an open letter dated January 6 and addressed to President Muhammadu Buhari. According to Fein, even through the United Nations, urged the Nigerian government to free the leader of IPOB, Nnamdi Kanus. President Buhari refused to cooperate. The international lawyer pleaded with President Buhari to free Kanus and release him in accordance with the recommendation of the United Nations. Fein proposed to President Buhari that he either immediately free Kanus without any further delay or get ready for the imminent sanctions from the United Nations as well as the judgment of God. Fein's statement reads in part, "If you fear God, you should release Nnamdi Kanus from his protracted illegal detention forthwith. If you do not, you should tremble for your faith by remembering that God is just and that his justice will not sleep forever." Now I've come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop out the comment section